Hello, and welcome back to the channel. I'm here, your grief professional analyst, and today, we're here to discuss our favourite topic. JB's got the knowledge, so I'm here to share with you my wisdom. And in today's edition on, I haven't actually got a name for this show yet, but help me out, someone in the comments. But in today's edition of, let's just go with grief chat for now, with this little discussion. We are going to discuss how to help out a mate who's grieving. Get right into it after this banging intro, so let's go. Yeah, thought you liked that intro, just gave it a little fresh perspective of the channel, lighten up a difficult topic. So all of us at some point during our lives will lose someone, and loss isn't easy for anyone, Lucky people like myself might go through a loss at such a young age, and that is definitely not fun, and I say that with a capital F. But it's fundamental to have good people around you to help you during this difficult time. That being said, I know how difficult it is to support a friend who's grieving. What do I say? How do I help, I hear you ask? Well, fear no longer, because I, your professional grief analyst, will help you out as best as I can and give you the right tools to activate your grief knowledge. So let's crack on with it. First bit of advice I'd say is listen. Sometimes your friend may not feel like talking, but when they come to you, and they will, be prepared to listen. It's not an opportunity to give advice. When you're bereaving, your head's a mess, you're all over the place. So often speaking to someone is a way for you to make sense and rationalise a mess that is up here. So if there's anything I would say is, in a situation like that, it's not the opportunity to give advice, try and guide them in the right mannerisms. Maybe that's what they're looking for, but early on, it's a time to listen, let them know that you are there for them in every single way. Just so they feel comfortable, they feel, they've come to you, so this gives you the opportunity to just sit down with them and really just be a supportive figure. Yes, advice can be appreciated. If I was going on a date, yes, I would advise you to tell me not to wear shin pads. Wouldn't be a good idea. Early on, during the grief journey, it's not the time or the place to give advice. Instead, I'll bring food maybe, Anything food related goes down an absolute treat, I'll tell you that now. If you want to bring Domino's cookies, I will eat that up in a second. A warm Domino's cookie, as you're bereaving, is brilliant. I could do with one now, to be honest. It's just the way that, that's the thing though, it's so pain. It is so pain, just the way it just melts in your mouth. It's scintillating. I don't even know if that's the right word, to be honest, but you know what I mean. It's just a warm Domino's cookie. I think I'm going off topic, but what I'm trying to say is, you can help out in other ways. It doesn't necessarily need to be advice. It could be bringing food, preferably Domino's cookies or M&S cookies, which are also very good. And also brush up on your tea making ability. If you don't make a great tea, sort that out. Firstly, in this day and age, everyone should be making a good tea. You don't have if your tea is too milky, that's a no-no for me. But yeah, brush up on your tea making ability. Slight side note, but if you need anything, I'll be there. If you say something like that, you have to mean it. If at some point down the line someone who's grieving reaches out to you, but you aren't prepared, or you can't give what initially you suggested, don't say it. Your comfort can be felt in other ways, and that's okay, because when you're grieving, I'm a moving guy, ADHD gang. Where you at? When you're grieving, you have different friends, you can have different people for different situations, so just be acknowledged. If you might not be the friend who comes at 2 a.m. when the person who's grieving is feeling low, and that's okay, but your help and your warmth can be felt in other ways. Also, a little bit of advice I would give don't put too much pressure on your friend. And I know this does seem easy, and I know this seems completely normal. That being said, you may find that things come up and your friend will not be there for their part of the relationship. And just acknowledge that is because of what they're going through. And don't take it out on them. But also, just remember, it's important that you have someone to support you at this time as well. Yes, you might not be grieving, but you may still want to discuss what you're experiencing and what they're experiencing, and therefore have someone else in your place, another friend who you could go to, sort of thing. Just that's a bundle of knowledge and wisdom. Mate, I'm spitfiring here. I'm gonna change up the settings. I need a tea. I want to take this downstairs, maybe liven it up a little bit. So I will see you in a little bit. I'm just going for a little stroll down the stairs. I decided for a little change up of scenery, and the tea's making a bit of noise, so probably we'll come back in a second. Yeah, I didn't actually factor in the noise, so probably best I turn that off. But yeah, I went for the green tea, always a good choice. Yeah. Final point, well, not final point. Yeah, so next point, include your friend as much as possible. And you know, you might think you're looking out for them by not, you know, you might think that they won't have been wanting to go on pub nights or clubbing nights or just a trip to the cinema, but that's not your choice to make. So invite them. You know, this might be a good choice for them to go out and get their mind off what they're going through, you know, for the brief grief. But yeah, so try and include them as much as possible. Yes, most of the time they probably, well, I'm not speaking on behalf of everyone, but I would say the answer to most outings probably will be no. But the understanding that you're included and your friends still want you to be a part of what you're going through. It's just because you're going through grief doesn't mean you don't want to have fun, you can't have fun. So, like I said, it's an opportunity for someone who is grieving, who's going through a bereavement, to just escape their sadness almost temporarily. It might be a short time. So yeah, I would advise to just include them as much as possible. Just let them know that they are welcome to come to little drink sessions and whatnot. One thing I would say to do with clubbing, obviously drinking and being in a it's not unfamiliar, but like quite an intense, vibey environment, it can be overwhelming. So I would say, in order to care for their needs and cater for their emotions, if at any point during the night they decide things are too much and they want to go home, let them know it's completely okay. You know, be the friend who says, if you know, let's go home together. You know, even if that means cutting your night short a couple hours and not getting that shag you so willingly desire. Be a good friend. Be a friend who looks after and cares for your mate. And also, if they do decide to go home, let them know that's completely okay. You know, don't guilt them into staying longer. Don't say, "Oh, come on, you're gonna have a bit more have another drink, mate." Don't do that. Just, you know, it's just understand what they're going through, and therefore just do your thing. Dad?
Yeah, what's happened?
Nothing.
Oh.
Come here.
Fucking hell, you scared me.
Why?
I just saw water all inside.
What?
Well, the whole fucking house collapsed.
Come here.
What?
Basically, I'm shooting, so I want just come in for like 1 second.
Right.
It's the old man here, the geezer. So the title of this video is how to help out a friend who's grieving.
Okay.
Just spitballing here, is there any bit of advice you want to help out on camera? Yeah.
Well, listen to them and try and hear and try and get out of them what they truly really feel, okay, rather than saying what they think they feel.
Okay. So
because I think there is a big difference.
What do you mean by that?
Just trying to get their inner feelings out.
Yeah.
from them.
What, so like just acknowledge that you can discuss it and you can talk about it.
Correct.
And yeah, I think especially because you are right. You want someone to you want to be able to talk about it,
Yeah.
and it can be hard to just uncover what you're going through. So
And grief and emotions,
Yeah.
all of this are very hard for all different people in different ways.
yeah,
So it's really trying to find
what is best for them, sort of thing.
the padlock to unlock that from each individual person.
Yeah, because the way I grieve is different to the way you grieve.
Totally.
Um,
Totally.
And what works for you is different. I think that's something I want to address, that not all grief and not the ways to help is the same for everyone. But I think what you said, ask them and ask what they need maybe, or
You know, if you were interviewing me, would I be able to open up to you truthfully?
probably not.
No.
Yeah,
And it's just you having the skills and the understanding to be able to do that.
yeah,
And that's coming, and that's huge.
yeah,
And that's where you'll improve in the way that your kind of communication skills and getting it out of people
yeah.
is all about.
Well, there we go. A bit of advice from the geezer. Love that. Love that.
I love you, son.
Yeah. So hope you enjoyed today's video. Obviously you got a little feature from the old man, but yeah, just let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you next time.